All right, we've got a couple of exponential equations that we're going to solve. Number 11 can be done by just changing the bases of our numbers and not having to use logarithms. Number 14, we are going to have to use logarithms. Okay, so here's the thing. For number 11, you guys always freak out when it's something that's not something that's a fraction, but really, honestly, guys, 6 is basically the base of both of these, right? If I had just a plain 36, I could rewrite that side as a 6 squared, right? The problem is I have 1 over 36. So honestly, all I have to do is go back and pick a different color, there we go, and make that a negative. 6 to the negative 2 is the same thing as 1 over 36. So then I look at 216. Well, 216 is 6 times 6 times 6, or 6 to the third power. Well, again, the problem is it's a 1 over 216, so it's actually going to be 6 to the negative, whoops, this is like, okay, sorry, I thought my pen was working, it's not, 6 to the negative third. Now you got to remember, you already had the negative 2b minus 2 there. So you got to keep that there, and that equals the 6 to the negative 2. So now you have the same bases. And of course, you would take the log base 6 of both sides, but through the magic of our mathematics, it basically ends up meaning the 6's are going to disappear and our two exponents are equal. So we got negative 3 times negative 2b minus 2 equals a negative 2. I'm going to distribute that negative 3 across, so 6v plus 6 equals a negative 2. Yes? Nope. Yes. No, 6. Yeah, okay. So then 6v is going to equal, it's going to be a negative 8. And so then when I divide by 6 on both sides, I'm going to get a negative 8 over 6, which of course reduces to a negative 4 thirds. You should always, with any equation that you solve, you should always be checking your answer. Your answer in this case is negative 4 thirds. Okay, as for number 14, here's the thing. You need to get this 15 to the, I'm trying to highlight it there, you need to get that by itself. Because in order for us to do this, in order for us to solve an exponential equation, whatever has the exponent needs to be by itself. So we are going to do a couple of things to start. I'm going to add, I'm going to switch over to an actual pen instead of a highlighter. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So I have negative 6 times 15 to the v minus 1.1 equals a negative 37. Okay? You are not allowed to multiply these two together. Not allowed to do that. Guys, the v minus 1.1 is attached to the 15. You're not allowed to multiply by negative 6. So ultimately what you're going to do is you are going to divide by negative 6. Okay, so that's going to cancel out. And I'm going to have 15 raised to the v minus 1.1 equals, this should be a negative 6 over here. I am not actually going to get a decimal. I don't care what that decimal is right now. I only care that a negative divided by a negative is a positive, so I'm going to rewrite it as a 37 over 6. Now, you can do left, right, center with this. You absolutely can do left, right, center with this. You can also take the natural log of both sides, but I think most of us are going to do left, right, center. So we're going to do log base 15 of our center is 37 divided by 6 equals v minus 1.1. You do need to add 1.1 to both sides. So basically, you're going to add your 1.1 to both sides, add your 1.1 here. So v is going to equal log base 15 of this fraction. Please close your parentheses after that fraction, then add 1.1. Okay? When you do that, you go straight to your calculator for that one, and you get a 1.7718. All right?